Good evening, everyone, and welcome to 58 1/4 Minutes. I'm your host, Kevin Aldred, and with me tonight is a very special guest. An Academy Award-winning actor and dancer who has appeared in dozens of films. He is currently working on a new project, which he went through over 50 hours of extensive cosmetic surgery. Tonight, we are honored to be sitting down with him, the man who is currently behind the mask, Christopher Walken. Good evening, Chris.
It's nice to be here.
Let's get down to the questions, shall we?
Sure.
First, why don't you tell me about your new role you're playing?
Well, I was told about this role of a racially confused young man in New England, and I thought, hey, that's me. So I said yes.
You did?
I did.
Okay, great. Now, what's the movie about?
Well, as I said, I'm a racially confused young man, and I'm undergoing surgery to look a little bit more like this man. But in the movie, I actually undergo another surgery. It's crazy.
That is crazy.
It's crazy.
Anyways, let me ask you a question. Can old dogs really learn new tricks?
Well, they certainly learn how to die, don't they?
That's true. Why do hot dogs come in packages of 10 when the hot dog buns come in packages of 8?
I thought about that. Sometimes I think the Chinese own all the hot dog bun companies, and they're simply trying to make a ton of money because you buy these hot dogs and you say, wow, I need more buns. Profit countries, they're going to take over. It's hot dog buns. Where
can I buy some elbow grease?
Have you ever been to Napa Auto Parts? They're very helpful.
Great. Let me ask you, where do you think rainbows end?
Well, I was reading the back of the Lucky Charms box, and it doesn't say, which leads me to believe Wikipedia might know.
Is it just me, or is it hot in here?
I think it might be you, though. These heat lamps are quite nice.
Who is Will, and why does everyone want to fire at him?
I never knew. A lot of times I don't like people named Will, so maybe I'd shoot at him too.
Yeah, really? Now, which came first, the chicken or the egg?
Dinosaurs. They're huge. They ate all the chickens. Then they pooped them out, the eggs grew, and you have chickens, so it's a conundrum. I don't know.
It's crazy.
It is.
Do you see what I see?
Are you looking at me? Then no.
Back to the chickens. Why did it cross the road?
You know, as a child, I was tortured with that joke, so if we could move on, that'd be nice.
Okay. What is the best thing you've seen since sliced bread?
Pork sandwiches. Mostly pork pies, bacon, buddies, anything pork.
That's right. No, I was pulling into a South lot today, and it's called South Parking Lot.
Sure.
And I was wondering myself, why do you drive in a parkway and park on a driveway?
Well, unbeknownst to me, this is why I've been receiving so many parking violations. It's not good. I've been driving on parkways, and, well, it's crazy.
Why do they call it a TV set when you only get one?
I've got many, so I don't really know, but sometimes I sit on it, so maybe one time someone was talking about that and they said set instead of sit. They were confused. It happens sometimes when you're in the TV business.
Is that comfortable? Does that work for you?
Sometimes I have a cushion for my hemorrhoids that I sit on top of it. It's very comfortable, though I can't see the television. So sometimes I get my mirrors out and make bouncing laser mirrors so I can see the screen. It's crazy. I get bored sometimes at home.
How many pickled peppers are in a peck?
A peck? I thought a peck was that guy from Willow. But if I were to guess, I'd say 16.
Fair enough. Actually, I was overheard that word on the street is that you stole the cookie from the cookie jar.
The cookie from the cookie jar. Well, it would depend first on the type of cookie because I've been known to steal cookies. But white nut macadamia, they're delicious. And if I were to be a cookie thief, I suppose I'd take those mostly. But sometimes the oatmeal raisin, they just tickle my fancy.
Yeah.
They're good. They're tasty.
One last question. Why is it called Pete's sake? Why not Bob, Tim, or Joe?
Joe, that could be a good one. For Joe's sake. Joe, I think it matters on the exclamation. Sometimes you just want to shout, and if you were to say Bob's sake, it doesn't sound as good as Pete's a jerk. You can yell about him.
Very well. Well, Chris, thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule to talk with us today.
Absolutely.
That's it for this week's edition. Next week, we'll sit down with George, an Australian Shepherd who has over 500 hours of Halo 3 under his belt. Believe it? Find out next week on 58 1/4 minutes. Fantastic.